Today I would like to answer some of the questions that have been raised regarding my ability to serve as mayor of Miami-Dade County. First and foremost, I would like to say that unlike the two prior mayors, Carlos Alvarez and Carlos Jimenez, I am not a lifelong government worker, nor do I have several pensions as a result of decades spent in government. I was born in Miami, Florida in 1974 to Cuban-American parents who both came to this country as teenagers in the 1950s. I was raised in the area of the roads in Shenandoah and remember vividly the small town feel of our then quiet Dade County. I attended St. Peter and Paul and Our Lady of Lourdes Academy before transferring to and graduated from Coral Gables Senior High. I'm a proud Cavalier. As a child, I spent a lot of time at the Spanish language radio stations that my grandfather, mother, and father worked at, and my first job was as an intern for Senator Bob Graham, who was my childhood hero. Growing up in Miami, I was heartbroken when they closed the Serpentarium on South Dixie Highway and tore down the Howard Johnsons that I visited every Wednesday night for all-you-can-eat clam night. I witnessed the destruction of the mangroves and sat through the press conference that touted the achievements that we could expect from the half penny for transportation. After high school, I was admitted on a full scholarship to Miami-Dade Community College Honors Program and attended the then South Campus. I worked at the then Miami-Dade Community College radio station and newspaper The Catalyst, and also part-time at Blockbuster Video on Mariposa and South Dixie Highway. I was then admitted to Florida State University and attended school in Tallahassee for 1 year before deciding to return to Miami and graduate from Florida International University. I attended St. Thomas University School of Law, where I received my Juris Doctorate, participated in moot court, and married a fellow law student. I was hired as a law clerk and then as an attorney for Holland & Knight's Miami office, where I practiced in the area of complex commercial litigation for several years. I left H&K when my daughter Isabella was born and practiced with a fellow STU grad for 2 years. In 2008, my mother died, I got divorced, and my daughter was diagnosed with autism. At the time, I was practicing in the area of patent litigation at Malloy & Malloy. My mother had hosted a Spanish language radio show for decades, and I decided to take over the same as an homage to her love of radio and community service. However, my mother, a full-time host, had an agreement with the radio station wherein she sold radio ads and sponsorships, a practice that I have chosen not to continue because to do so could potentially create a conflict as an elected official. Similarly, my dad had a TV show which he relinquished when he became mayor of the city of Miami, at which point I began hosting a TV show at the same station, but also decided to abstain from selling advertising for the same reason. Today, I would like to thank both the radio and TV stations that I work for allowing me to remain on the air without having to sell advertising or worry about sponsorships or conflicts. Furthermore, since elected to Miami-Dade County School Board in 2010, I have not accepted payments for advertising or sponsorships on TV or radio for public or private entities as to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. Similarly, when elected to Miami-Dade County School Board, I chose to be a full-time school board member rather than deal with the conflicts that could arise if I continued to practice law. These decisions, however, have not come without a sacrifice. And in 2010, like hundreds and thousands of Miami-Dade County residents, I was forced to make a difficult decision, to choose between paying for my autistic daughter's therapy and my home of several years, which was underwater. I decided to turn the house over to the bank and rent a modest home near my kids' school. I do not regret that choice. Furthermore, I do not believe that having survived the foreclosure process makes me unfit to lead Miami-Dade County. In fact, I believe that as a single parent, as a parent of a special needs child, and as an attorney who had to make difficult decisions in the most difficult financial times of our history, unlike other electeds that have pensions and million-dollar safety nets, I understand the challenges that many of our residents have faced and continue to face because I faced them. I am an advocate of stewardship because I know that tomorrow will not necessarily be better than today. And I appreciate the needs of men and women who, like me, shoulder more than just a 9-to-5 job. And while we recognize that Miami-Dade County has changed, it appears that we have yet to recognize that the residents of Miami-Dade County have also changed. So today I answer my critics and note that having survived the foreclosure, that not being a millionaire doesn't disqualify me or anyone as a candidate for Miami-Dade County Mayor. It doesn't make anyone less smart or less capable. It just makes us one of the millions of Americans that had to overcome. Being middle class does not mean being mediocre, and being rich does not make you a good leader. I am Raquel Regalado. This is my story, and I need your support to be mayor of Miami-Dade County.